Blessings, beloveds. I get this message recording in progress just before I start to speak. It was never there before. It just suddenly appeared during this Mercury retrograde cycle. Yeah, this Mercury retrograde cycle has just been absolutely magical and completely fucking insane. I'm here today just to basically wish you all and bless you all from the bottom of my heart for this beautiful solstice period that's coming up on the 21st of June, which is just 2 days away. I won't have time to do a video, so I just wanted to just make a few comments as an audio. And yes, just wish you all. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's summer. So you guys are experiencing a very different reality to what we are here in the Southern Hemisphere. And that's the way it goes every year. Okay. It's just, that's just how it is. But the point is, I suppose, with the nature of reality at the moment, with the C19, the old C19, the old little devil. Yeah. So, of course, during winter, people get flus and colds a lot easier. And, during summer, people are focused in a very different way. We know that, right? Don't need to explain that. The point, though, is that, with the solstice, that whether we are in the northern or southern hemisphere, spiritually speaking, it's a very magical opportunity and portal and opening for our own spiritual insight and experience and understanding. And that is very different for every single one of us. There's no one way and there's no one right way. Okay, it's just an offering for each of us to step into and explore, embrace, and receive relative to who we are. Mercury, as I said, has been insane and magical. It's going to go direct in a few days' time. It's that square to Neptune has been, well, what has it been? It has been insane. It's been magical from the point of view of intuition, spiritual downloads, sudden sort of flashes of things coming through, for me at least. It's helped me revise and reconsider certain things on my social platforms, which have been very important, significant, and appropriate for this time in my life, for instance. On the other hand, I can't not talk about this at all. The Mercury square Neptune, Mercury retrograde, has been the absolute deception and lies through the media once again, especially around the C19 and the vaccine and all that chaos. And let me just say right now, there will be some of you that don't like what I'm saying or don't agree, and that's okay. I respectfully, well, I can't say I respectfully disagree because I don't know what you're thinking. But for those of you that are opposed, some of the comments that I may make around the media being deceptive with regards to the information they're giving to the public, well, that's okay. You can, yeah, you can, well, how can I put it? You can try and send messages that are abusive or rude or disagree with me or whatever. I get that shit all the time. It's not a new thing, right? That's what happens when you put yourself out there publicly, okay? You get every man and his dog has an opinion, okay? And that's cool. And I've got my opinion. And this is my, this is my platform. So I'll speak as objectively as I can with my own perspectives on things that I understand and the insight that I have. And my insight and understanding thus far relative to what's been delivered through the media has just been total utter fucking bullshit. Okay, that's just a fucking fact. It's just how it is. Here in Melbourne, Australia, you know, a particular vaccine that was released to the public, which many people received, just in the news a couple of days ago. It's now a no-go zone. It's now like, nope, we're not going to give it to anybody anymore. But by the way, go and get your second shot. I mean, come on, seriously. You don't have to be Einstein to work this shit out. You really don't. And okay, I'm going to try and just take it easy here, because this subject really it tends to fire me up a little bit. It really does. But hey, I'm an Aries. So anyway, needless to say, Mercury square Neptune has been disastrous on that collective consensus reality level from the point of view of deception and lies and misinformation. That's not my personal opinion. What I'm saying is basically based on my observations relative to the bullshit information that's being distributed, okay, through the media and through the news. That's not my opinion. I'm just simply saying that's what's happened. Anyway, that aside, we're stepping into the solstice, the sun ingressing into Cancer. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. It is about self-care, self-love, family, nurturing, caring, soul work, inner life. Think about it. Cancer, fourth house. What's the fourth house? The fourth house is your absolute core center and base of your whole kind of, well, it is very much your emotional security. Okay. It is the first encounter with emotions, actually, the first water sign. Anyway, look, let's not get too complicated. But Cancer season, as we are stepping into with this solstice, has very much to do with the attention to self-care versus, I suppose, the external reality of trying to conform to structure. Well, trying to conform to the structure, let me say, norms and rules of the Saturn world, and we can't evade that, right? It's there. It's just a fucking reality, basically. But we do have a choice in terms of how we navigate that and how we respond to that, right? And how we integrate within ourselves. Anyway, Sun in Cancer is very much about focusing on the inner landscape, the inner domain, the inner dimension, and the soul. That's really what it is about. And it is about where do you need to really take better care of yourself, as opposed to being totally overwhelmed or bombarded by the external demands and the responsibilities, as it were, from the world and the expectations from the world out there. That may be in your job, career, profession, etc. But what are you neglecting as a result of that? That's where Cancer comes in and starts to highlight these things. Where are you not taking care of yourself? Yeah. So these are the things we need to kind of be thinking about. Jupiter's also going to go stationary retrograde, which is beautiful, actually. Jupiter retrograde or direct, I don't think it's neither a good or a bad thing. Nothing is really neither good or bad. But anyway, Jupiter going retrograde is really just going to give us an opportunity to just further reflect on perhaps some of the initial sparks of the dreams and ideals of things we've had in the last. Well, Jupiter went into Pisces. When was it? It was it was May sometime, right? So it hasn't been in Pisces very long. Okay. So we've just had a little prelude, a little teaser, like a little teaser of, come on, what do you want to dream about? What, where's your intuition at? Where, get in touch with that, guys, feel it, dream it, feel it, dream it, tune into it, right? That's the Jupiter in Pisces. Where's your faith at? What do you have faith in? Seriously, what do you have faith in? Most of all, we need to have faith in the divine source creation of all things and ourself. If we don't have that, we've really got faith in nothing, in truth. So this is, Jupiter in Pisces stimulating that sort of reconnection, if you like, or that awareness around that. And, perhaps what's lacking in that sort of area, if you like. And also, of course, is the issue of perhaps letting go of some dreams that have just been a total fucking fantasy. And just kind of accepting that, you know what, that's a beautiful fucking dream. That's a beautiful ideal. And it's beautiful in my head. It's beautiful in my mind. And it will stay beautiful there forever. But in reality, it will potentially not manifest. We have to be fucking realistic with our lives and what we can actually actualize, okay, and what we can actualize in our field of experience. I mean, we can't just be fucking disillusioned all the time. Anyway. So Jupiter in Pisces can bring those sorts of issues up quite a lot, where you can feel like a sense of despair and a sense of faith at the same time, and just kind of, flow and dance between the two. And so these are sort of, the themes that will likely come up. I'll talk about this more down the track, because Jupiter is going to be retrograde for quite some time. It's not going to get back into Pisces till much later, like I think towards the end of the year sometime. So it's a really big deal. So we'll come back and actually talk about that in greater depth. But yeah, okay. So really all I wanted to say was happy solstice, much love, much blessings. May you stay in your power, in your truth. May you stand in your light. May you be totally awake and aware. And may you not be influenced by the consensus mass propaganda bullshit. If I can just leave it at that. Much love, much blessings, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye for now.